What's good? What's good, everybody? Y'all know who it is. It's a Real Ninja Reviews podcast. It's Be New. In today's video, we are going to be reviewing the most controversial episode of She-Hulk, episode 3, The People versus Emily Blonsky. But before I actually begin this video, I want you guys to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and actually let me know what you guys think about this video and have any comments about the episode or anything. Okay, so I can see that this episode was so controversial, but we're gonna get to the controversy. I just want to give y'all a little recap on what happened with this episode. So this episode is called People versus Emily Blonsky. And for all those who don't know, Emily Blonsky is the Abomination. And it's really, really cool that they used the actor all the way back from 2008 Incredible Hulk. That's actually really, really cool that they used the same actor. So that's really, really cool. I said that like 3 times, so my bad, y'all. But I'm just excited how Marvel tries to keep stuff in continuity. I love how Marvel has done that. But the episode is pretty much where Jennifer Walters is representing Emily Bosky in his parole hearing. And so she needs to enlist Wong. So she goes to her boss, and her boss actually calls her in, I should say, where we see Dennis and Pug, where Dennis ends up not wanting She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters. He does not want her to work on his case because his case is embarrassing to him. So because the case is embarrassing, he's like, I don't want Jen Walters. Me and her got some beef. I'm good. So he ends up getting Pug, who ends up like, okay, I guess I have the boss end up choosing Pug. Not before She-Hulk makes fun of him based on the fact that he believed he was dating Megan Thee Stallion when in reality he was dating a light elf from New Asgard. So he had like, so she thought it was really fun to say but she thought it was hilarious. This episode actually, if I'm gonna be perfect, I was pretty funny. It was a lot of interesting things that happened. I think one of the best, I shouldn't say the best, but one of the things that I thought was pretty cool was that they actually used people, like the idea of how the criticism of She-Hulk, they actually used that in the show where they had the kids like, well, She-Hulk was this, but I'll smash. And well, I'm not saying that I'm against, because that's against females, but just get your own character. That's some of the arguments people make online and stuff on Twitter or whatever, when you really think about it, how when you gender swap a character, race swap a character, they always say, well, why can't they just use their own character and all that? So I actually thought that was pretty cool that they actually utilized that, even though those people do have some valid argument with their criticism of She-Hulk. And I'll get into that a little bit later. But what was really interesting about this episode is that this dude, Emily Blonsky, has like some soulmates. I think he had like 6 of them in his parole hearing. And, Jennifer pretty much told the board that pretty much that, he has his income from them. He has like some land that he owns, and he's going to pretty much build a meditation center. She was like, I don't know how you're going to do that, but he's going to build a meditation center, and that he now has full control over his abomination transformations, because that was the concern of the board. And we end up seeing Wong again. Wong seemed to play some form of a role in the Hulk franchise in general, just anything Hulk related besides Doctor Strange, because he ends up exonerating the Abomination by letting him know that he needed a worthy opponent. So he used the Abomination, and he pretty much said, you could stand Kamatage, and Abomination said, nah, I'll go back. He ends up scaring everybody by transforming into the Abomination. And after that, after the transformation, after Jennifer Walters got him to like go back to Emily Blonsky. He then, there's like media adjourn, and we will pretty much see what we'll do. But the long story short is that they end up giving him his parole and his freedom back. So that was pretty cool on that episode. The It wasn't a lot of fighting, and I think because I think the fighting happened with the wrecking crew. So for those who don't know, in that episode, those people who stole from an Asgardian construction worker, that was the wrecking crew. Now we don't know who they work for because they seem to be small time crooks right now. But from what I could see, they tried to get some DNA from She-Hulk for whatever reasoning. They wanted to get the DNA. I don't know if they're trying to create Red She-Hulk. Maybe they're trying to create the Red Hulk. I mean, that's a food for thought. Not sure 100%. That's just a speculation, a thought process. They're trying to create something or some abomination-like creature to fight She-Hulk or whatever. I don't know, or create their own Hulk-like people. But they got their ass whooped. She whooped that ass. Put paws on each and every one of them. But I'm gonna get to the controversy that I think people need to understand about the controversy. I know a lot of people were upset, and there's YouTubers, whatever, going on like rants and just screaming at the camera about She-Hulk twerking. Now I'm gonna tell y'all why I personally don't have an issue with She-Hulk twerking. The reasoning why I don't have an issue with She-Hulk twerking is because realistically, that's part of her character. Like, She-Hulk is a fun, loving character that when she needs to put paws on you, she will whoop that ass if she needs to whoop that ass. So, but in the process of always whooping that ass, she does do fun things. She's not someone, as they got her in the TV show, where she just hates being She-Hulk and she's like, I'm Jim Walters. She doesn't do that in the comic books. She likes being She-Hulk. When she found out she was She-Hulk, that was one of the first things she did. She entered the law firm as She-Hulk. She used to stay in She-Hulk form for a really long time before she would go back to Jen Walters. I remember times when I first read some She-Hulk stuff, I used to think she couldn't turn back to Jen Walters because she always stayed in the She-Hulk form. That's the form that she most liked. It gave her the confidence. It gave her a lot of self-worth. She enjoyed it. She loved being She-Hulk. Now, in this TV show, like I said before, I don't know what the hell they thought. I don't know what they're doing with her, and the fact that she's like really resistant at being She-Hulk. Like, I just want to be normal, blah blah blah. But she never said that in the comic books. So I find that's why I said I don't really think the twerking thing is that big of a deal, because I think that if she was a real character, a real person, that's something that she would do. Now, people want to talk about the CGI. I would say it wasn't as horrible of her twerking. It wasn't as horrible as people's making it out to be. I think the reality is, I think that most people are just upset at the portrayal of She-Hulk and how they portray men in She-Hulk. I think that's where some of the issues are, because and there's not a lot of action. And so far in the first 3 episodes of She-Hulk, we haven't had too much action. Besides, if you want to count one where they had that scuffle with the Hulk, and then not so much with 2, and then you had a briefing in 3. So we'll see if this gets better with time. I'm not sure. We'll see what they do. Hopefully they get better and it escalates or something, but we need to see more action from She-Hulk. I mean, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about episode 3, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, y'all.